One of the big things that Twin Ray claims is that they've lived many, many past lives, which is why they know so much about histories and how it ties into today's spiritualism or whatever their claims of, like, well, because this happened in the past in this part of the world at this special location, that's why we need to go there now, blah, blah, blah. And then also because they are the divine and fully ascended, that they know the future. They know everything that's going to happen, and they're here to help you on that journey to the future. So what I found very interesting and, funny is that something happened this week that they were a little behind the eight ball on. So the earth has natural vibrations that are just constantly going on, and this is kind of what it looks like normally. But then on the 18th, that's not normal, and that's the earth's vibrations. And it's making like all of these interesting geometric patterns, kind of like, when you see people put sand or beads or something on a speaker and they play music, and like the sand and everything makes these really neat designs. That's essentially what's happening right here. And if you look at this one, it carried out until the 19th of June, which is still very, very strange, very abnormal. It's hard to tell, and it's hard to read on this one because every time I try to crop the photo, TikTok says the photo's too small. But this pattern continues on to June 20th, which is, again, very irregular. And then here we show the 21st, the 22nd, and the 23rd. The vibrations kind of seem to go back to normal to very low, which is very interesting. Now, there is a name for this massive energy spike vibration. It is called the Schumann resonance, and it was discovered by somebody, named Schumann. And it normally the vibration of the earth is like 7.5 hertz. And so when anything like just sky high above that is an influx, and it's called a Schumann resonance. But what I find so interesting is that Twin Ray had no idea that this was going to happen as they were preparing their trip for Peru, and they're currently in Peru. And in fact, didn't even make a mention of it, I think, until after they learned about it from social media. So let's see what they had. So they didn't make mention of it until 3 days ago. So until the 23rd. I'm guessing they found out about it on the 22nd, had to put something together to make it look pretty on their Instagram and all their social media outputs and everything, because they're still in Peru. But I find it interesting that the all-knowing beings had no idea this was happening, especially when it has to do with vibrations and earth, because, isn't that their main thing? They had all of this lead-up information for the solstice because everybody knows about the summer solstice, but they literally had nothing on the Schumann resonance until after it occurred, and then they're trying to play catch-up to inform and teach people about it. Now, if you look into the actual scientific community on how this happened, they don't really know. It's just a phenomenon. Everything else is based off of people's belief systems of energy, and that they're like, this earth is splitting into two different earths, and one's going to be good and one's going to be bad. And if you are ascended enough, you'll be part of the good earth. There are some very wild theories out there. 3 people in particular who really stood hard on this theory. I believe only one of them is still alive. But if you look up Schumann resonance anywhere on like YouTube, Google, whatever, you're gonna find this woman, and I can't remember her name, but she explains their belief of what it means to experience the Schumann resonance and what's going to happen. And it's wild. Does not match up with Twin Ray's explanation, which is even more interesting. But again, the all knows the be-all, end-alls had no idea, and now they have to play catch-up, and I just find that hilarious. P.S. Happy summer solstice.